Okay, boys and girls, welcome back. Redmissed in the house once again. How you doing? I hope everyone's doing great. I'm doing great, and we, my friends, are going to show you some more Clash Royale. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show you this game right here, which is against a minor cycle deck. And the reason why I want to show you this is because a minor cycle, or not so much his minor cycle, but a minor cycle can be very difficult for me to fight with this deck. The reason being is because they can always have um, constant tick damage. So I don't have too much that can obviously destroy a miner very quickly. Um, and he can always kind of throw his Hog Rider and his miner at me. So I've got to make sure I can defend his miner, but then at the same time defend his Hog Rider. So seeing that he's running both and he's also got the Princess and the Fire Spirits, knowing his deck, I know he's going to have a log and arrows or a log and zap, and he's also going to have a defense in there because he's got very little um, troops that can actually do too much defense. But instead of having like the spear gobs or the archers, like most of the people that run this particular deck has, he's actually got a little bit more defense, as in having the barbs. Level 10 as well, so they are going to be really tricky for me to get through with my Hog Rider. But as you can see here, I don't have the, or I didn't have the elixir to defend his Hog Rider, so I suffer a ton of damage right there. But he's playing super aggressive, so I know I can punish him with my Hog Rider because I know he was about to play his miner as well. Um, so I make him think about what he's gonna do there, and obviously I freeze up his barbarians with my ice spirit, and that gives me enough time. I didn't actually need to play the log, but I played the log just as a precautionate measure. And again, he's got not got really anything to defend. He has to use his log and his arch fire spirits. So that's eliminated them from his push. We're going to distract his Hog Rider, and he's going to waste his miner as well, which was crucial to the victory because now he's not got his miner or his hog to be able to defend or counter push just yet. So he has to play his Inferno Tower to try and get rid of the push, which has actually let me build up a second Ice Wizard because now we're playing very aggressive because I can't afford any more damage on the tower. Um, and we're going to keep on going. So Hog Rider down on the line. I know he was going to follow up that miner with either a Prince or a Fire Spirits. He picked Fire Spirits. We're going to put down the Hog. It's going to get to the tower. Rocket's going to finish it off. And we're going to take that victory with a good amount of health still left on the tower against a fellow very quick cycle deck. The only time his deck become more expensive than mine was when he played down his barbarians, which to be honest wasn't that often, because I was constantly playing my Tesla to counter his hog, so he wasn't really ever down on elixir to me, to be honest. Um, or I was never really up on elixir because even though I was up on elixir because of stopping his pushes quite cheaply, I was always playing that Tesla to defend. So straight off the bat, catching me off guard, this guy with a minor minion push. So again, I'm playing against another miner deck, which I'm gonna think, okay, well, I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble here. I'm guessing a lot of miner people have switched barbarians into their decks just because the amount of people running tanks. So I know that the Ice Wizard would have been able to just about save that princess from dying, but he ended up fireballing instead. But it's okay. We can go ahead and take out this push. But because of what he's already cycled, he's back to that miner, which is a huge problem. And that is the biggest deal with a minor cycle deck. Even though he's got a few more expensive troops than the last guy does, he's still got those super cheap troops that are going to cause me a problem. Because even though I've got the Ice Spirit and the Fire Spirits, which are super cheap and let me keep cycling my cards, I don't have too much damage output. So obviously the Ice Wizard doesn't do any damage really at all. The Princess does a lot of damage, but she can be shut down really easily. So as you can see here, Log is going to take care of those goblins, going to take care of the Princess. The Ice Wizard is going to slow down those barbarians enough that my Hog is going to get through, get some damage on his tower, and look at this, because he goes and misses that fireball, I go ahead and I punish him, but he zaps. But even though he zaps, we're able to get 2 shots off on the tower, so I'm happy with that with the Princess. Ice Wizard is going to get tons of value here right now, taking out 6 elixir worth of troops when he only costs 3 elixir himself, slowing down them barbarians enough to give me 2 shots from my Princess. That Ice Wizard is probably the most worth Ice Wizard I've seen in a very long time. So Princess and the Musketeer, I'm just going to go ahead and rocket it because it's 7 elixir, it's worth the 6 elixir. He then plays his minions as well, so I've just shut down 10 elixir with 6 elixir. That is tons of value right there. Gives me enough value to be able to go in with my Log and my Hog Rider, because I didn't really defend his miner over on the tower. So as you can see here, gonna play a little bit aggressive, even though I know he's got that fireball. I knew it wasn't in rotation for his miner, so putting the Tesla right in front of the tower forces him to play the opposite lane, fire spirits to shut down his goblins, and that is the victory. Now, the reason why I played that Tesla there was, as I say, his fireball wasn't in line with his miner, and his miner's health would have been pretty much gone by the time that fireball landed. So that's why we went and done it, because I knew I was safe to do so. And yeah, so as you can see, straight off the bat, I was playing very aggressive because I had those fire spirits in line with my Hog Rider. Almost got punished for it because he's going to come in with a 1 HP Mega Minion that wasn't dying because he managed to get his Lava Hound down in front. But we've got the Princess there, we've got the Ice Wizard there, and he has to play his Miner to kill my Princess. So I know that he either has arrows on his final card, or or he don't have them in his deck. Because he didn't play them, I'm pretty sure he doesn't have them in his deck. So I'm going to go ahead and push with my Hog and my Fire Spirits again. He's going to counter with the Skeleton Spawner, but Fire Spirits destroy that if they're answered to. So here we go again. He's coming in with his Baby Dragon, but now I know that he more than likely does not have arrows because he still hasn't used them. We haven't seen those barbarians, so we haven't seen his final card yet, but he's not played arrows. And now the Princess is on his tower. If you had arrows in your deck, you would have used it. You wouldn't have been taking that damage from the Princess. So as you can see here, nice and easy, Ice Wizard targets onto the Lava Hound. Fire Spirits take care of the Mega Minion as well as the minions helping out the Tesla. Minions of Lava Pups are going to actually be frozen by the second Ice Wizard that I put down. Princess is going to help take out the Miner, and then he's going to Fireball. And now I know 100% that even though we haven't seen those barbarians yet, he definitely doesn't have anything to counter my Princess and my Ice Wizard. He's going to have to use the Fireballs. And if I keep them far enough apart, like I usually do, because I don't like people getting value out of Fireballs and rockets and arrows, I normally keep them far enough apart. Like, such as their arrows are going to hit them because the Ice Wizard moved in closer, but a Fireball won't hit both. As you can see there, he hit the Ice Wizard, not the Princess, which is a very costly mistake for him. But hey, that's just how it goes. So second Tesla goes down because we can cycle our deck so quickly. Princess is going to take care of those skeletons. He's going to try and put down his miner to counter the Princess again. Hog Rider just to put on pressure and make him defend. He's going to play those barbarians, not a problem whatsoever. Log to take out the right hand tower. Happy days. good stuff right there. Locking down a Lava Hound deck very, very easily. And to be honest, the biggest mistake he had was having the fireball instead of the arrows. If he had the arrows, he could have been taking out the princess, and he probably would have cost me a lot more problems. Also, he kept trying to play his air troops, his minions, and his mega minion to try and take out my Tesla. A Tesla wrecks minions and mega minions. Absolutely wrecks them. Like, as you can see here, look, 209 HP, 2 shots from a Tesla, and the minion is dead. And that's if there's no supporting troops helping out the Tesla. And I always, always have either the Ice Spirit, the Fire Spirit, or the Princess to help that bad boy out. That's why I have the deck designed the way I do, because you've always got something to help protect the Tesla, distract, and destroy. If people are using a Hog Rider, you've got the Tesla to distract and destroy. You've got the Ice Wizard to distract / freeze, let the Tesla destroy them. You've got the Fire Spirits to take out minion hordes and do tons of damage to barbarians. You've got the Princess that's going to do AoE damage, so if they're building everything up behind a giant, you put the Ice Spirit down first, freezes the giant, and then that makes all the troops back up into the giant, and then the Princess is going to do some good damage to all troops behind. The Fire Spirits are going to do splash damage to all the troops behind. The Rocket is going to be able to destroy everything. Again, the Ice Wizard slows everything down, makes all them troops behind the giant catch right up onto his butt, and then the AoE splash damage is going to hurt everything. It's all designed about slowing stuff down and hitting AoE on troops. You need to make sure you're doing that splash damage. That's why everything in my deck is designed for splash. So if you've enjoyed this deck, if you like, the reason why I just described that, guys, is because a couple of people was talking to me by private message from Twitter, and like a couple of mates as well. And they were like, the deck, how can you win with the deck? And that's how you win with the deck. You don't play aggressive. The only time you play aggressive is when you know people don't have Elixir, and then you play aggressive with the Hog Rider, the Ice Spirit, and the Fire Spirit. Or you build up a very big push, which in this deck is actually the Princess behind your King Tower, followed by the Ice Wizard just in front of your the small tower, and that will give you enough elixir so that as both of them troops reach the line, you'll have enough elixir to put down your Hog Rider and your Fire Spirits, or your Ice Spirit, or even all of them. And then people are in trouble because they've got a Princess, they've got an Ice Wizard, they've got Fire Spirits, they've got Ice Spirit and a Hog. 5 troops come into their tower, and you've already probably built up 5 elixir again to be able to put that Tesla down and defend, or even be prepared to send the rocket in as well. So really hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. A little bit of babbling on at the end, but I just wanted to explain why I use the deck the way that I do. Anyway, guys, please hit that like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Peace on the streets.